tonight's recipient is going to be introduced by my good friend John Cooney, a well-deserving recipient. John, come on up.
Thanks. I was only able to prepare about 45 minutes, so everybody gets that. And I know this is a Lifetime Achievement Award for Kevin. It sounds rather final, but to misquote Shakespeare, I came here to praise Kevin, not to bury him. But I do want to acknowledge his wife Linda, his daughters, Kate and Judy, and I know Patty would love to be here because she loves the law and she likes to learn new things every day. But to me, receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award from your peers is former FBI director said, is a big deal. Kevin has spent his entire career trying cases and shaping jurisprudence that helps people, that helps real people, real Americans. And that's a lifetime of a journey worth doing. He served as president of this organization during a time when the assault on our clients' rights was sort of at its height, although it seems to never not be at its height. But he's been in the forefront of making certain that our voices and our clients' voices are heard in Springfield, in D.C., in the courts, in the appellate courts. He's made a lifetime mission out of trying to make sure that we support the most honest, ethical judges, politicians, people that can understand what it means to go to work every day, work for a living, bring home a paycheck, and just want, as Chris said, not to be dealt from the bottom. I don't think that's too much to ask, and he spent his whole career trying to do that. Frankly, it's very hard to be the guy, and a lot of guys in this room have been the guy, like Kevin has been, that's calling people and asking to help with this effort, and help with the financial requirements of that effort. And for a while, Kevin couldn't call any of his friends. Even if he wanted to play golf, everyone would hang up on him. But frankly, I think it speaks volumes about Kevin that people always answer his calls and still answer his calls, which certainly was not the case when I was president. But I was also smart enough to have a talk with Judy Conway, Kevin's daughter, about what are the values that, in the arc of somebody's career, what are the values that are important to your father? And she reminded me, and she was dead on, that what Kevin's always cherished is education. His own education, his children's education, his loyalty to St. Ignatius, to Loyola, frankly to this organization is legendary. And he has sort of spent a career making sure that you don't go to law school and stop learning. It's when you start learning about people, about organizations, about what's important in your life, what's important in your family. He's been doing it the whole time I've known him, and I've known him a long time, even longer than Judy. So I think this is a big deal. Leonard Ring was a lifetime friend of my father, and he was a shining example of what it means to be a trial lawyer and fight for the powerless against the powerful. Kevin Conway has walked that walk his entire life. I'm proud to call him my partner and my friend. Kevin.
Thank you, John. If you could just take that speech, record it, and when I'm gone, just play it. I think, my children might be very happy. I'd like to thank the Ring family. Thanks for letting Leonard contribute like he did. Actually, I was a younger lawyer when Leonard was doing all these things. Again, Leonard was a guy that was very interested in actually educating young people, educating young lawyers, making young lawyers, and he was a real example for us all back then. I'm telling you about this again because he is an example, again, for you and for the young attorneys that are here today. But to be mentioned with Leonard Ring, Conway, Bob Cooney Sr., Pamela Gifford, Larry Rogers, Mike Shostak, and even Tom Keefe is really an amazing honor. They were and are the great attorneys in Illinois and in the United States. Thank you for mentioning me in the same breath with them. We do have one thing in common, that is all those folks. They were excellent lawyers, but they did not do what they did alone. Our achievements are not ours alone. In my own case, my wife Linda, my daughters, Judy, Kate, Patty, they have been very supportive of the work we do, the fight for victory, the concept of justice. They were always and remain today as committed as I am. My law partners, of course you know John Cooney, but Bob Cooney, Bill Fahey, Kathy Byrne and the associates at Cooney and Conway, they have been committed to justice both inside the courtroom and outside. My contemporaries, Joe Power, Todd Smith, Bob Clifford, Keith Habeisen, Salvi, Keith, Robert, Gifford, Simmons, Flip Conway, and others have always been there. They tirelessly support access to the courts for all. And that's really what it comes down to. By dealing from the bottom of the deck, they are trying to take access to one of our branches of government away. We do not do this alone. This past year, President Hurley and his contemporaries, who are a little younger than I am, have really come to the fore. And because of you, the rest of you, they are not alone. But why? Why do they do this? I'm going to borrow from Harry Reid, the former president of the U.S. Senate, and a trial lawyer, to describe trial lawyers and what they do. He says sometimes country club people joke with one another that my lawyer could be your lawyer. It might be funny, but it's no joke. It is a view that the powerful can manipulate justice to their own ends. That justice for the everyday citizen is illusory. He says, you know, nobody likes trial lawyers. Nobody who addicts children to tobacco. Nobody who puts lead in paint. Nobody who pumps mercury into groundwater. Nobody who sells untested pharmaceuticals. Nobody likes trial lawyers. Nobody who ignores worker safety. Nobody who manufactures faulty airbags when they know they're dangerous. Nobody who puts asbestos into the environment. Nobody likes trial lawyers. Nobody who pollutes the earth and skies. Nobody who produces contaminated food. Nobody who peddles lethal baby cribs and toys. Nobody who negligently operates offshore oil wells. Nobody likes trial lawyers until they are the ones who've been injured, hurt, taken advantage of, or threatened by those in power. Who are we? We're protectors of the downtrodden. We're protectors of those not knowing what's true. We're protectors of those who are afraid. We are men and women who work hard, play by the rules, who invest our resources in years of our lives. We believe in equal justice promised by the Constitution, in the rules of law envisioned by the Declaration of Independence, and its core promise that everyone is indeed created equal before the law with rights to life and liberty, which cannot be ignored and cannot be taken away. No until they need one. But they damn well should. And not just when they need one. Thanks for all that all of you do. I'm proud to be one of you, and I'm proud to be a trial lawyer. Thank you.